Hi everybody, how are you all doing? We have a fantastic set of mods this week, but first, a shameless plug. You know, I've been like putting the link to Patasic's channel in the description and stuff, so I pretty much hacked her and took her account away from her. And now I'm going to be uploading gameplay videos of the latest Fallout 4 and Skyrim modifications on there. She'll be posting on there occasionally as well. In fact, we have a dual Let's Play of Special Edition coming up on that channel. It's probably up already, so please, pretty please check that channel out. I was kidding about hacking her. If we can get 100,000 subscribers on that channel, Patasic will twerk live on YouTube for your entertainment. I'm just kidding. I will twerk live on YouTube. Okay. No, not really. No, I'm not serious. Roll the intro. Fellas, today I'm going to show you guys the first and the most popular graphical preset made for Special Edition so far. It ain't no Real Vision EMB, but it is a start. It is a reshade preset by the name of Skyrim SE Re-Engaged. So the goal of this preset is to make Skyrim more colorful, while at the same time making it feel colder. So of course, a saturation increase and very high contrast. The contrast gave me that darker feel for a darker and more atmospheric feeling nighttime and interiors. Also, compared to other graphical presets, this one seems to emphasize the color red a lot more, making fire seem a lot warmer and faces seem a lot more. I sat in the tanning booth for way too fucking long. This reshade can also be used alongside the newly released EMB. That's right, friends. Only a few weeks since release, and the EMB is already out. Is it amazing? Probably not, friend. Is there much of a difference? Not exactly. Does your game take 20 to 30 seconds longer to start? Yes, it does. And that's why I cannot recommend using EMB right now. The mod also sharpens the game up, adds a bit of film grain, so you will notice a pretty significant decrease in your frame rate. Did I mention that when you're next to fire, you look like you have the sickest tan in the world? Those are reasons why I won't be using this mod, but if you're a fan of this look, it's very Witcher 3-like, and you're okay with losing some frame rate, and you're okay with everybody looking like they just got a tan next to a fire, then this could be the graphical preset for you. But for me, it's just a precursor to what other graphical presets will come in the future. You know when you step in snow, and the snow kind of compacts underneath your weight and forms the shape of your foot? Yeah. Well, that's called a footprint, and for some reason that doesn't exist in Skyrim. I mean, it does kind of exist in the texture somewhere in Morthal, but you can't make them with your foot. And that's why you need the mod, Footprints. A mod that allows your foot to make footprints and all the other cool special effects when you stomp your feet in the snow. I don't know if you know this, Skyrim's a pretty goddamn snowy place, so there's a huge chance that a lot of footprints will be made in your game, and thus a greater contribution to your immersion levels while playing. And that's what modding is all about. Also adding in things which should have been in the vanilla game already. No offense, Bethesda. But MXR, what if I'm a goat? Don't fret, Jimmy. This mod is not speciest. Doesn't matter who you are, you have your very own footprint. I lied. Unless you're a mushroom. Sorry, Pino. Mushrooms don't get footprints. Yeah, it's a cool way to track people down. It's a cool way to see where people were walking during combat. Lasts as long as the decal. No impact on performance. Such a simple mod. I'm disappointed in you, God Howard. So there are lots of birds in Skyrim. But wait, are they really birds? Or are they just floating objects flying in a predetermined scripted path? I think it's the latter. Obviously, not that much effort was put into the birds. But why would they? You know, they're just birds, right? Wrong! Ever since I downloaded this next mod, my life has never been the same. I present to you Skybirds, a mod that adds birds to the game. Real birds. And not whatever the fuck these things are. Birds that behave almost exactly how birds behave in real life. They hippity hop immersively around, they sing, they have hot bird fornication, just kidding, they fly away when you get near them. Sometimes not fast enough, friend. You can kill them and actually loot feathers off them that you could then use for your alchemical ingredients. Check this bird out. The way that he just flew to that stone over there gave me the strongest immersion boner I've ever felt in a long time. Whenever I run into a herd of birds just chilling and I scare them away, I'm just like, oh yeah, so fucking immersive. The mod also adds a bunch of bird nests everywhere that the birds will actually utilize and retreat to when the weather gets bad. There's a huge variety, almost a dozen different types of birds, all of them making their own sounds. So at any given point in time, you can hear any random combination of birds chirping. This mod may seem insignificant, but trust me, I haven't had an immersion boner so hard since I was 17. Were you upset when you realized that unique weapons in this game didn't actually look unique? Yeah? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But good news, because we have a mod called Unique Uniques, a mod that takes 12 of the game's unique weapons and gives them brand new models and textures made by the man himself, Insanity Sorrow. So you know that these weapons are gonna be quality. You know that these weapons are gonna look better than any vanilla weapon you've ever seen, which is fitting because unique weapons should look better than your average vanilla weapon, and now they do. They now stand out. These are the types of looking weapons that I would go out of my way to collect and then display proudly in my home. And the new looks are all very fitting. They're all based on lore or the lore of the character wielding it. So you won't have to worry if these weapons are out of place, because they're not, and they're amazing, and you're amazing, man. Alright, moving on. There is an epidemic in Skyrim. I can't be the only one noticing it. It's a massive, massive problem for my immersion levels. I'm talking about the bed sheets. Why are they so neatly folded every time? We are in the middle of a civil war. Dragons are burning down villages, raping our actually probably depends on what mods you have installed. Point is, bad things are happening. It's a bad time. How is it that every time you always have the time to perfectly do your bed? That's bullshit, friends. And you know it. That's why you need the mod Ultimate Noble Beds. Mod that undoes the perfectly did bed sheets. But that's not all it does. It also completely changes the bed frame itself. The insubstantial pillows have been made substantial, but it does not retexture anything. And that's why you might also want to get the mod Enhanced Noble Furniture. So your newly substantiated pillows no longer look like shit. Also, your bed sheets are red, which could be a good thing for some things that go on in beds. Anyways, I know, I just saved the crap out of your immersion levels. Thank me later, friends. Have you ever wondered what was beneath Skyrim? Looking at Solitude and all its manholes and all the sound effects coming from the manholes, one would assume that Skyrim probably had a sewer system, but Bethesda maybe didn't have time to implement one, and that's why we have modders. I present to you Skyrim Sewers, mod that adds a sewer system to the town of Solitude, Whiterun, Windhelm, and Markarth. All of them have several exits to the outskirts of the city and can be accessed from any of the newly added manholes. They're not just another ratway. He's done a really good job at making every part of the sewer feel different. You'll find everything down here. Homeless bums, drug lords, smugglers, dealers, lowlives, vampires, cultists, rapists, Satanists. You can even find dungeon-like areas with their own bosses and several new weapons down here as well to really give you an incentive to explore. You can even find notes and books that the plethora of unsavory characters have written down here, even a book backgrounding the construction of the sewer system for lore-friendly reasons. But MXR, are these sewers immersive? The distance in which it is spaced out down here actually aligns pretty well with what's above. You're not going to go from the outskirts of Whiterun to the well in just a minute of walking. The distance you would take above ground is pretty much the distance it took to get there in the sewers. There are also tons of different ways to access the surface through the sewers. It's really cool being able to pop up in random interiors of the town, but I don't know how immersive that is. Is it really believable that anybody living in the Blue Palace can simply go to the basement, enter the sewer, and there'll be a drug dealer right there waiting for you to smoke some skooma and get right back up in the castle? I don't know about that, friends. I mean, not gonna lie, that sounds pretty sweet. Is it believable that there's so many homeless people down here fighting skeevers and dying in 2 shots by mud crabs? That's actually more believable than Elisif getting high between her meetings. And that is it for this week, guys. Hope you enjoyed all the mods featured in this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!